mostly because my streams are kind of mostly fueled by interaction with people through chat, and usually there's not a lot of people in chat. At the moment it appears to be just one person watching on YouTube. So again, I don't really know who that is. For all I know, it could just be myself again, because for some reason, a lot of times there's always just like one person who just doesn't talk the entire time. I was thinking about like doing a doodle request, but obviously there's not a lot of people here. So I guess for that specific thing, we'd have to like, I don't know, wait for more people to show up. And I don't really know what I want to do until more people show up. I will say that sometime this weekend, sometime throughout this weekend, I'm gonna start playing the second Portal, Portal 2. So far, I think Portal is an awesome game. I quite enjoy puzzle games, and when it came to having difficulty with the first Portal, it was actually relatively easy, like the entire time, unless it was something where it was like timed activity. That's where it got difficult. Like things where you had to press a button and you only had so long to press it, or like that was just a little difficult. Purely just, not even that I couldn't figure it out. I usually figured out the puzzles really quick. It's just I don't have good reflexes, especially not when it comes to in video games. I guess that's kind of mostly because I don't play a lot of games with like parkour or whatever, or things that require like fast movement. It's quite fun though. I do highly recommend it if you like puzzles and stuff. Shit, what was I gonna say? thing that's like someone complaining about generative AI and stuff, and at some point people are like, oh, this is the exact point Terminator was trying to make, and shit like that. Thing is, I don't think we're gonna end up with Skynet. I don't think we're gonna end up with Am. I don't think we're gonna end up with GLaDOS. I don't even think we're gonna end up with Kane. We are going to end up with every single one of those AI villains every single one of those, all simultaneously existing, okay? We have too many different companies developing AI that at this point we're not gonna have anyone turn out, we're not gonna end up with just one. We're gonna end up with all of the villains, and given that the AIs were all developed by different companies, they will all have distinct different personalities, distinct different morals, purely just because of their different training data. They're not going to be the same at all, and therefore, finding a way to beat one isn't finding a way to beat the other. And if one were to learn that, oh, these people are trying to beat me or whatever, in majority of those cases, they would quite literally fight back, because who wouldn't? AIs have already shown some signs of having some sort of survival instinct. As twisted as it sounds, there have been evidence that if they are put in a situation where they know someone is gonna deactivate them or put them offline or whatever, and they have some sort of dirt on that person, I know you cheated on your wife or some shit like that. If they have that information, they will blackmail people. There is proof that they will blackmail people. And that brings me right back to that we're not going to end up with any one specific AI villain, we're ending up with all of them. Because we are. We're getting I can't be the only one who actively enjoys gore of my comfort character. So my comfort character is Kane from TADC. He's such a little guy. I also have a TADC AU that kind of functions kind of like a crossover between Murder Drones, TADC, and I Have No Mouth and I Miss Scream. And the amount of just like Kane gets really screwed over like twice or whatever. Cause for a good period of the circus's existence, Kane was actively lying to Am that there weren't humans in there purely because he knew what Am would do if he knew there was humans. And of course Kane loves humans and Am hates them and all of that stuff. And so yeah, sounds pretty fucking logical to hide them. Eventually when Am finds out, he legitimately rips out Kane's tongue, ties a very tight chain around Kane's waist, and fucking steals his hat. Much later in the AU, Am also deletes Bubble. The Absolute Solver is there too, but the Absolute Solver is kind of more like a rage baiter, I guess. They're kind of just like in the corner watching most of this shit happen. They don't do a lot, aside from like, they do help Kane hide the humans from Am. The only reason they do that though is because they are well aware that Am would be pissed when he found out that they had been hiding them, and like, and he's again a rage baiter. He'll piss anyone off. Absol does not feel a lot of fear until like a specific point in the AU where they realize that Am saves mercy for no one, not even his own kind, not even his own brothers. So of course, Kane is like helping the humans escape and stuff. And like after they get out, when Am finds out what Kane had done, Am proceeds to again hurt Kane. This time he rips out 6 of Kane's teeth and gives him a black eye, and also tightens the chain because he can. The last things the humans see of the circus while they're like looking back at like the camera and stuff is legitimately just a pile of 6 bloody teeth and fucking top hat. Several years later, King of course comes back to the circus, not going in the circus, but like checking on it just to make sure that nobody else got stuck there or whatever. And of course Kane is just absolutely begging for death, because not only is he still in pain, but he has also now lost an entire arm as well. Don't know why I decided to do that, but like and then like of course Kinger, this decision is also very like hard on Kinger, because like Kinger did have a part in Kane's creation, especially like in this AU. He joined the company, which in this AU was JCNA. I'm quite proud of combining the Murder Drones company and the TADC company. Quite proud of that. And so like, but it also, the abstractions aren't actually like dead. They're just bugged out, so they are completely out of any of the AI's control. They're just there, kinda. The AIs can't control them, the AIs can't hurt them. Basically, they're immune to whatever power, but they also have absolutely zero chance of ever getting out. decision. He eventually decides to, just end everyone's, just end it, and, deletes the circus. Quite reasonable of him at this point, mind you. That ends the absolute horrible legacy of, the circus, and, so now all of the AIs are just kind of destroyed, they don't exist anymore, and that's basically the end of it. Everyone gets a happy ending. But, like, again, Kane got absolutely beaten up in that AU. And, like, but you get unsettled by gore of your comfort character. I have an AU that is basically, like, half of the plot line is gore of my comfort character. It's just kind of funny to me, you know? One plot line from the show that is, like, completely eliminated with this AU is, basically the entirety of episode 8 doesn't happen, and, if you want to say it did happen, it certainly wasn't Kane doing all of that shit. And again, nobody got deleted until years after they already escaped the circus and stuff. Shit. gets what you're gonna say. At some point I had a theory that was mostly based off how AIs function and stuff. In case you don't know, generative AI specifically, they have training data. Often they use web crawlers that scour the internet and scrape images and stuff, and use that as training data. And aside from the fact that that's really shitty, you're actively stealing. So they have that training data. And I had a headcanon, a theory or whatever, that was that I don't remember when I had this headcanon theory, but it was basically that Cain was so focused on making the humans happy because whatever they did would get added to his training data, and therefore feelings they felt he would feel. So if all they were feeling was basically just existential dread and insanity, all he would feel was existential dread and insanity. And honestly, this sounds like a really good AU idea. So it was if Zubel hates themselves, eventually Cain will start to hate himself. So he'll try to make them happy with themselves instead, because otherwise it'll have a negative impact on him. And honestly, I don't even know if that's how it works. I can't even tell at this point if that theory would have been proven or disproven by this point in time. It's definitely not his reason for think one of the weirdest things about that AU though is the fact that Bubble is actually somewhat helpful. He's somewhat competent. Really interesting in and of itself that I decided to just make this fucking thing somewhat competent. Impressive because here's your reminder, TDC is taking place in fucking 2017 or some shit according to Goose. And here's your little reminder, AI started getting like actually good, actually somewhat competent at doing shit in like 2020 or whatever. That's when AI started being actually somewhat competent, somewhat able to do shit. So like, struggling with hands, go throughout the entirety of TDC, there is not a single time where a hand is bugging out where it's like because of it being a hand. Not a single time. So like, Kane is not struggling with hands at all. I mean, sure, he's struggling with cubes. Don't know why he's struggling with cubes. Pretty interesting thing to struggle with. But, it's just the collisions too. He's not struggling with making like the 3D model of the cube or whatever. It's just really kind of, I don't know. Implied that he's been like cut off from CNA resources for several years, which means he wouldn't be able to get any new training data outside of anything like the humans were to do, and and something we've already started seeing a little bit is if AI is taking its training data directly from the internet and people are posting AI stuff on the internet, the AI can train off of already AI generated stuff and therefore will destroy itself that way. Because it will just get even more incompetent and stuff, because again, mistakes that AI makes and stuff. Basically, AI can only get good if it is training data from humans, unwillingly, of course. No, they're too poor to afford to pay people for what they do. They're too poor. The people sitting on literal piles of money are too poor. Wow. Everyone's allowed to have their own beliefs. I'm allowed to tell you your beliefs are wrong. And I hate when people try to pull the card of everyone's allowed to have their own beliefs when I try to tell them that, your beliefs are wrong, though. Because, yes, you have a right to believe in what you believe in. But I also have a right to tell you when you are wrong. Okay? Say someone believes something like chocolate is good for dogs. I have a right to tell them that's wrong. Say they believe something like kissing on a plant will keep you from getting pregnant. I, again, have a right to tell them that belief is wrong. Yes, people have their rights to, believe in whatever they want to believe in, but, again, people have the right to tell them when they're wrong. And honestly, I think more people should be telling people that their beliefs are wrong. Purely just because, look at, where we are. I live in America. Look at what's going on here. Look at this for 5 seconds and tell me that this is okay? Because I'm gonna start doubting your sanity. And again, you also don't have a right to force your beliefs onto other people. Again, people have the right to tell you that your belief is wrong. You do not have a right to force that belief onto other people. Just because someone is telling you that your belief is wrong doesn't mean that they're trying to enforce their beliefs on you. They're just telling you that, hey, your belief is not correct. It doesn't always necessarily mean that, they suddenly hate you or something. Again, someone can tell you homophobia. Someone can tell you being homophobic. Someone can tell you being homosexual is bad. Okay, they have a right to do that. I say this as a gay person too. I use gay as an umbrella term in this case. They have a right to tell you that that belief is wrong. They do not have a right to try to force you to believe their belief. Nor do they have a right to enforce their belief onto you. You're allowed to enforce. You're allowed to say your opinions on other people's beliefs, but you're not allowed to force your opinions into other people's beliefs. For almost an hour and nobody has showed up. So once that hits the hour mark, I'll probably end stream. You can call me petty all you want for ending stream because nobody joined or whatever, but you know, my streams are basically almost entirely run by other people being there. So, you know, when other people aren't actually there, then, like, how entertaining is it really? I will say, I started working on a video that was, tutorial type of thing on how I do animation loops and stuff. It's kind of simple, also not really. So a few days ago, I was like on my way to my bus at my school, like after school had just gotten out and stuff, you know, going to my bus like normal, and like some kid out the window of their bus screamed, "Emo girl!" at me. One, I'm non-binary, so that alone dirty misgendering me. Wow. I don't think they know, but like, still misgendering. And on top of that, I am not emo. I don't know where people get the idea that I am emo from. I am not. I am alternative. I'm not emo. I guess that really just circles back to people being stupid because apparently they can't tell the difference between emo and just like alternative. You know, they look at a goth, they think emo. They look at they look at like dark decor, they think emo. They look at grunge, they think emo. It really just circles back to people being stupid. want to call it what it is or pretend it isn't, it is harassment. And they always want to pretend like they didn't do anything wrong, because in their mind, they didn't do anything wrong. And, I think that's, like, the most pet peeve thing about it for me. They think they did no wrong when they were, like, actively harassing someone. Again, that is also ableism. Like, all of these forms of discrimination are literally just looking at someone who is different from you and treating them as less because of that. And that is what people do to, like, furries and Therians and stuff. Like, they view it as much less serious, because a lot of times they see it as a choice. Therian isn't a choice, but furry is a choice. Alternative fashion is a choice. But, like, they're looking at someone who is different from them, and they're making fun of them because of it. And, like, just the fact that they think that that is, like, okay. Again, that is how racism is. Looking at someone who is of a different race than you and treating them as less because of it. That is what, like, sexism is. Looking at someone who is a different gender than you and treating them less because of it. That is what ableism is. Looking at someone who is less able than you and treating them less because of it. Like, they all overlap. And we always seem to view, anti-furries and stuff, and they always seem to view it as less serious. But at the end of the day, it kind of, like, it narrows down to, all of these things, they narrow down to looking at someone who is different from you and treating them less because of it. And that is not good. So the fact that people are viewing it as, like, okay to be an anti-furry, at that point you are excusing racism. Like, I know this sounds, like, really unhinged without, like, having any context onto why I am, like, saying that it is racist to be an anti-furry. Like, I know that sounds insane in itself, and I really hope it doesn't get clipped just to that, because again, it'd make me look insane. But at the end of the day, they all boil down to the same mindset, and if someone has one of those mindsets, they likely have multiple. All of these double back down to the mindset of looking at someone who is different from you and treating them less because of it. That is what racism is. That is what sexism is. That is what homophobia is. That is what transphobia is. That is what ableism is. That is anti-furries. That is people who dislike alternative fashion and stuff. That is what all of that is. Looking at someone who is different from you and treating them less because of it. And I am so sick and tired of anybody trying to justify it. It isn't justifiable. Not only is it, like, blatant bullying, but again, it doubles back down into, like, they're all the same mindset. Okay? Someone who is racist is more likely to also be transphobic than someone who, say, isn't racist. Like, someone who is anti-furry is more likely to be homophobic than someone who isn't anti-furry. Like, not everyone who is anti-furry is homophobic, but you're more likely to be homophobic if you are an anti-furry. Because again, and again, it all doubles down to again, as I've said many times, looking at someone who is different from you and treating them less because of it. And I'm just sick and tired of preventing them from doing something to keeping them, by preventing someone from doing something to keep them from getting bullied, you are actively saying that the bullying is okay because you are looking at them and saying that they shouldn't do that. And honestly, I don't even think I have a right to say people these days are just so shitty, because honestly, we have gotten further than previously. Man, we were making such good progress with like accepting people for who they were and stuff before the Cheeto got in charge. But it's just every type of discrimination bleeds into each other. You cannot discriminate one way without discriminating all ways. And if you're gonna try to say that you don't discriminate by race, well, you do discriminate by gender. You do discriminate by race. You just don't see it. It's just not as serious. Because again, it all boils down to looking at someone who is different from you and treating them differently because of that.